Hi, my name is Alex Beakley. My argumentative presentation is on space missions. For Mrs. Wilkinson's eyes only, please. We have finished our journey to the moon, and now we plan to explore Mars. NASA should send astronauts to Mars because we need the extra space. We as humans take up about 1.5 of a planet. That is 0.5 more than we have. NASA has been preparing for this journey since the first mission to the moon in 1969. NASA needs to make faster decisions if we want to be the first ones to go to the red planet. 43, that is the number of times we have attempted to go to Mars from 1960 to 1965. 1965, that is the year in which NASA Mariner 4 spacecraft took the first pictures of Mars. 3, that is the number of hours in which the Russian scientists are working on training monkeys to go to Mars in 2017. The monkeys are working on spending time with the spacecraft. 75 million, that is the amount of money India spent to send a spacecraft into orbit around Mars in 2014. Because the only country to reach the planet on their first try. The Russians aren't the only ones planning on going to Mars. There is India, who has already sent over 100 missions of the Mars orbiter Mangala. Europe, who has sent the first orbiter to go to space called the Express Orbiter along with the Bengal 2 lander. China, who has worked on 9.5-ton Tiangong 2 space station, which has been making huge progress on their research to Mars. And of course, the United States, which has sent numerous spaceships orbiters to bring back pictures of the red planet, such as Maven, which launched November 8, 2013. If the United States wants to be the first country to send human beings to Mars, then we need to make faster decisions, because the whole country is fighting each other to try to get human beings on Mars. But if we want to go, we have to plan for the mission. The astronauts eat necessities such as food, which we would need about 4,035 tons of food per person. And scientists are trying to work with technology to see if that's even a possibility. Water, they need to bring about 124 tons of water, so the astronauts need to learn how to turn their urine into water to drink, because 124 tons is way too much along with food. And they need to learn how to put oxygen in the spaceship. That is actually the easiest part, but if we want to colonize Mars, then we need to turn the Mars atmosphere into breathable air, because it's made of most of carbon dioxide. My counterclaim is, going to Mars requires so much. Is it really worth to see if we can live there? Yeah, we take up too much room on Earth, but that doesn't mean go to another planet and try to make the planet sustainable. We need to fix the problems here with too many people on the Earth, or we need to spread people out a bit more to have enough food for everybody, because half of the planet is obese and half the planet is starving, and we need to fix that problem instead of just going to another planet. A huge problem if we go to the planet is our food chain would get screwed up. If humans just went, we wouldn't be able to flourish there, because we need insects, other animals such as deer. For example, bees. Bees take the pollen from specific flowers and exchange the pollen to make their honey. But what that does for our plants is give us the nutrients that we need from those bees. So if we didn't have bees on Mars, then it would be a big problem. So that is one of the biggest problems that we have to going to Mars. If we want to go to Mars, then we need to think of the bigger problems instead of just going there and see if life is sustainable. The scientists need to think of bigger problems they need to fix. NASA needs to send their astronauts to Mars because we need the space. We have the technology to send astronauts on Mars to see if life is able to sustain on another planet. The world has sent many orbiters to Mars to take pictures of the red planet, such as the US sent Maven on November 18, 2013. We have the technology to go there in 2020, but do we really need to? Is it worth it? It could cost lives and money to send people there, plus there are so many problems to going to Mars we can't even imagine. We have the technology to send people to Mars. It is a grave possibility. Thank you.